Question number 1 says, how do people get the funds to start a business? So to give you some context on this question, they have a business idea involving renting vans. Neither of them know much about starting a business, and they've started looking for like bank loans, small business loans, and they're coming up to some friction there. And so, you've got a couple schools of thought here. I think what's the Dallas Mavericks owner? He's on Shark Tank. Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban has a famous quote saying, "If you have to get a loan to start a business, you're an idiot." And he says it much more meanly than I just said it there. But so you've got a couple options. So when you're trying to raise money, you start with friends, family, and fools is the 3 F's in startup culture. So you need to understand exactly how much money you need. Operating expenses, I would recommend not paying yourself from that money unless you absolutely have to, because if you're going and asking for money, you're basically asking for someone to give you a loan to pay yourself. So find out your startup costs, and then you need to explain how they're going to get their money back in return. You need to explain the business idea, and that's important. But if I'm giving you money, the only thing that I care about is when am I getting my money back and how much money is my money making me. So if you're going to look at startup investors, companies, VC firms, things like that, they're looking for ways of how to 10x to 100x their investment over a 3 to 5 year period. If it's a true venture capital firm, then it might be even shorter period, but you're probably not going to get money. So you're looking for seed money, angel money. So they need to know how they're going to get their money back. Friends, family, and fools is kind of the first place to go. If you're looking for a loan, a lot of times you're going to have different requirements based on the bank. There's a lot of grants you can get. So if you go to, I don't know what state you're in, but go in and look for grants for starting a business. If you're a minority, you can get a grant. If you have a business that is building infrastructure or giving back in some way, there's grants for that. You need to be super crafty about how you're asking for money and how you're getting it. I would highly recommend if you can avoid it at all costs, do not get a bank loan, simply because you're going to have to put up collateral. And then secondly, you're going to be paying interest on that super quickly. You want money that's coming in that you're either not going to have to pay interest on for a little bit of time, or money that's forgivable. And so those are kind of my 2 things there. Now, when it comes to the business plan aspect of it, business plan is super important, but you need to tailor the plan to the person you're talking to. So if you're going and pitching seed investors, or you're going and pitching people of that nature, it needs to make sense based on what their portfolio is. You're not going to go, if you're renting vans and you need a lot of capital for physical stuff, you're not going to come to a company like us and say, hey, I'm trying to do this because we invest in e-commerce companies. We invest in what we know. So you need to tailor that. So I would go into angellist.co, find out all the angel investors within a 50-mile radius, and try like hell to get in there and talk to them, figure out ways to get in there. And then thirdly, if you can't raise money, it's about patience. So you need to go get a job, save up money for 5 years. I mean, like the audacity that our generation has, that someone else is going to pay for your dream, is quite unsettling. When you think about like our parents, the generation before ours, they would work for 20 years to save up enough money to take a risk to lose that money and start their own business. We as a generation are just not patient enough. So if you're wanting to start a business, you can't get money, put the idea on hold, go work 2 jobs, save up money, live frugally, and then build up the money needed to then go start your business. If that sounds like too much work, you probably shouldn't be starting your business in the first place. Hope that helps.